Today I'm going to give you 5 quotes that I think are extremely important to remember as musicians on a daily basis. The first one I'm going to give you is, when you compare, you despair. So inherently, when you compare yourself to somebody, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage because it's taking away your individuality. The world craves your individuality. It craves what you have to bring to the table.
And here we have Arthur Rubenstein, one of the top 5 most respected pianists of all time, really, talking about how crucial it is to be an original and to forge your own path.
Somebody who has the title of being an artist, of having to do with arts, must have an unconfoundable personality. There must be the one and nobody else. He is Joe Smith and there's nobody else like that. If he's a second, he's no good at all. He's an imitator. An artist in any way must be alone, a world by himself.
Number 2, drillers are killers. Repetition is everything in music. And what repetition does is it not only helps you to learn physically the skills of music, but also mentally and emotionally. And there's this amazing Al Pacino video that I like to show when talking about this. Take a look.
Yes, I like repetition. There's a saying goes, repetition keeps me green. The idea that we do performances over and over again, you would say, well, doesn't that get boring or stale? But no, it's in the repetition that the creation comes, that the expression comes. I was doing Richard once, not particularly well. The 85th performance of Richard, I did it on my 85th entrance. I knew the chord scene. I understood it. I was there. I could play it.
So don't think of it as boring or tedious. Think of it as beautiful, and think of it as opening up new worlds and new doors to you, right? Number 3, stay in your 3-foot world. I read this quote in a Navy SEAL book, a Mark Owen book. This was a guy who was afraid of heights. He was having to scale this massive several 100-foot rock face, and he was getting extremely freaked out up there. At one point, the trainer came down and softly told him to his face, dude, stay in your 3-foot world. The thing about music is that we shouldn't worry about what's going on in the audience size, who's in the audience. And I think this 3-foot world thing also applies to the past, right? If we're thinking about a mistake that we just made, we're living in the past. We're no longer living in our 3-foot world of the present. If we're thinking about the future, something difficult that's coming up, we're living in the future. We're not living in our 3-foot world of the present. This is a reminder to always stay in the present and to stay in a place that you can control. You can always control what's happening right around you. You can't control other people's reactions and what else is going on outside of what's happening right here. Another beautiful way to think about this as well is that you want to draw people to you when you play music, not necessarily project out. I heard Joshua Bell, the virtuoso violin player, talking about this. He said that when he plays music, he's not trying to necessarily give it to the people. He's trying to draw people into him.
And I see the role of an artist is bringing people in rather than throwing something out at them. And I think that simple difference is a big difference.
Number 4, feast or forget. When you do well, soak in that sense of accomplishment, enjoy it because you earned it. If you fail or make a mistake, learn from it, immediately take the lesson from it, and move on and forget as quickly as possible. And number 5, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. This applies to practicing. So when you're practicing, you want to pick a tempo to start out on where you can play it smoothly and comfortably. If you start practicing faster than you can play it comfortably and smoothly, then you're going to build rigidity and stiffness and mistakes into your playing, which will definitely show up in a pressure situation.
The legendary pianist Claudio Arrau explains here that rigidity in your body when you play blocks not only the technique from your playing, but the emotion from your playing as well.
If you keep your body relaxed, the body is in contact with the depths of your soul. If you are stiff in any joint, you don't let it go through.
build smoothness into your playing, comfort into your playing. Find a tempo that is extremely smooth and comfortable, and then start building up from there. And that's it. I highly recommend put those on post-it notes, put those on your wall, and look at them on a daily basis. They're really, really going to help you. Great luck to you. Happy practicing.